it's good to have a foundation that's broad to begin. But the truth is that you can have all of the knowledge in the world. You can have all of the ideas. You can have $1 billion ideas in your head and still not be successful in this life, because what makes you successful in this life is execution. And it's something that I'm even learning. I mean, I started learning that maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I got my first engineering job. Because first of all, when I got the engineering, the whole engineering thing, how it came about was I was sitting around a table with me and my brother and my cousin, and we were broke. All three of us were broke. I mean, actually broke, like making like $19,000 a year. And I told my cousin, hey, I have an idea for an app, and I don't know how to do it because I don't know how to code. So I'm going to buy lynda.com. I don't know if you're familiar with lynda.com. I think it changed to LinkedIn Learning, but it's basically like a Udemy, Coursera. It costs $35 a month, right? And my cousin looked at me and he told me, oh, that's a great idea, man. We can split the bill. Just tomorrow we can talk about it and we can split. And while he was talking about splitting the bill and all of this nonsense, I put my money where my mouth was. And I literally paid for it right there and then, because I had my laptop. We were in the kitchen. I had the laptop and I paid for it. And I was like, yo, Chris, I just bought it. And he like looked at me. And that one move changed my entire life. To go from having an idea of doing something to executing. And then I learned how to code. And I was learning how to code not to get a job. I was learning how to code to build my own personal app. And then I realized when I finished learning how to code the basics and I built my little app, I realized that there were companies that would hire you to do that, but I thought that you needed a degree. So I went to Embry-Riddle and I enrolled in their software engineering, computer science program, right? And luckily I missed the deadline for the financial aid. And ironically, instead of waiting until the next semester, which is what I was intending to do originally, I said, you know what? In the meantime, let me just apply for jobs without any knowledge, without any college degree in that area. I do have a degree, but in graphic design. But I was like, let me just start applying for jobs without any knowledge. I'm gonna bite the bullet and just try. And I landed a job making 6 figures. But why? Because I executed. Every single time I've executed without hesitation, I've succeeded. So you can have all the knowledge and the knowledge will help you. But if you have an amazing idea and you never execute, you'll never become successful. So the key of success is executing, not hesitating, just doing it. Just do it. You come up with an idea, do it. Take the risk and do it. And unfortunately, a lot of people they have a fear of failure, so they won't take that risk. But I heard somebody say something that really impacted me a few weeks ago. He said that he's never seen somebody try 10 times in a row, try something 10 times in a row, different ideas 10 times in a row, put their 100% in it and fail all 10 times. And it's true. It's true. So it's good to gather knowledge. I've been reading, I'm reading this book right now, and I have a few other books that I've been reading, like this one as well. But it doesn't matter, because all of the stuff that they tell you in these books is just common knowledge. You need to execute. That's all it takes. And this is the reason why I meet people that are actually not intelligent at all. Like, you sound like a fairly intelligent person. But when I had my supercar, I'd go to all these meets, right? Car meets. And the people that were multimillionaires, like when they started telling you like what they did and how they became rich, it was never like some super Elon Musk genius stuff. It's like this one guy, he had a Porsche Singer that cost like $1.5 million. And he just sold he literally sold light bulbs. There was another guy, had a crazy freaking Ferrari. He sold, little leagues, when they buy their uniforms, he was the guy who supplies the uniforms. And he supplied uniforms to all the little leagues on the East Coast of the United States. But why? Because they had an idea and they just executed it. They didn't sit around. They didn't think about it. They didn't do a bunch of research. In fact, I would say that when you have an idea, doing too much research will hold you back. Overanalyzing, talking about the idea with other people will hold you back. You just got to execute. The application that I started, I launched an app, 9 days ago, Nurture AI. I built that app in 2 weeks, a combination of me and AI working together. But the point is that I didn't sit on the idea and I didn't try to make it perfect. Perfection is the death of success. It's the death of execution. It's the death of success. Nobody's perfect. In fact, I would say that failing more often leads you to become a more successful person than a person who hasn't experienced true failure. Um, so I'm yapping a little bit, but that's my takeaway. My takeaway is that you need to execute and don't strive for perfection. Don't strive for knowing all of the details or data points. Just execute. And also you need to provide value. So if you can combine execution with providing value, you're off to the races.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your takeaways. I will probably have a conversation with you maybe months ahead, maybe even a year ahead when I'm a little older.